Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about something really special. We're talking about Doom the Dark Ages Revelation. And it's pretty like this is a big deal to me because it's such an exciting thing to look forward to. And since I'm sorry, I'm hitting everything around me like a madman when the only thing I have to do is sit calmly and talk to you guys. So really, this is a great time to be a Doom fan because id Software have been cooking and they got some stuff for us. Truly delicious. So we have a new trailer that arrived, was it last week or 2 weeks ago? And since Revelation is just around the corner, the thing I want to do today with you guys is just look at the Revelation trailer and talk about what we see and the gameplay changes and its lead up, the story lead up to Doom 2016, and how a lot of what we're seeing in this trailer is actually quite similar to Doom Eternal. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I'm actually quite excited about the similarities and the new mechanics that will let you hopefully be quicker on your toes, since a lot of enemies that also were introduced in Doom Eternal are making a comeback. And that's also like very exciting because this is feeling like something that is mushing in together, and it's just becoming this big beast of a franchise. I mean, it already was huge, right? But now Revelation is really changing and upping up the game to 11 with a massive expansion as a campaign DLC. We are not getting multiplayer this time around. There is still Doom 2016 that people can enjoy, and there's still battle mode on Doom Eternal that people can enjoy. So I'm not mad. I just love playing the games. I love the combat. And honestly, that's one of the things that sometimes the cutscenes make me tune out a little bit. We are looking at the Doom the Dark Ages Revelations DLC official trailer. I actually did a video already, but that kind of didn't work out because it was broken. I mean, the video. And so now I'm doing it again. Hopefully this will work the way it should. Not like that. I don't like that at the border. All right, so I am playing the DLC on the trailer slowed down because the cuts are pretty fast. So let's have a look. Our flock has been led astray. So now this is already the Khan Maker's return. You can hear her voice in the background. The Doomslayer has caused chaos and mayhem, and everything is full of blood and guts around him. It looks like some kind of cave in hell. Let's see what else happens.
Has been led astray by your acts of defiance.
Love the throwback to the Dark Ages. Argent D'Nur trembles in the wake of your actions, and that, I believe, is Argent D'Nur in the background. So we will be setting foot in Argent d'Nur once again. Argent d'Nur was, of course, one of the maps in Doom Eternal.
Argent d'Nur trembles in the wake of your actions.
There it is. So this is still a part in time where you could see, you know, there are still people there. It's not just demons and monsters. So it'll be interesting to go back and see how it all looked before Doom Eternal.
They follow you now.
And isn't this where where they're just kind of like processing all the dead people in order to create the Argent energy? I thought that's kind of like what we're going to be seeing. Okay, so parrying is back, and we also have the shield saw, and there's a Hell Knight, and there's the super shotgun, which is the double barrel shotgun. That looks like a wraith, isn't it? And that could be Argent d'Nur, right? Or was it the Colosseum from Doom Eternal, which is also that area, maybe? Or am I getting the names confused?
The council has chosen now.
Now, behind Doomslayer there, you can actually see...
Council.
Yeah, the council. So maybe these... You can see like four creatures. There's one flying head over there, at least that looks like that, and then there's another one here, and then there's another one here, and then there's another one here. Could those be the Hell Priests, maybe? And they form the council, maybe? I'm not sure. But I do think it looks really interesting.
Chosen now.
And that is a big ass monster that is coming through the it seems to be breaking through the floor, and this is essentially the creature
Beneath.
that will to some extent stop the Doomslayer.
This chamber will be your tomb.
And there it is. I mean, there is essentially he's gonna go. So it seems like Doomslayer is not able to survive this, gets expelled, or just for some reason, it seems like the Slayer is being cast away somewhere else. And that could be Hell's Core, because as we already know from developers Hugo Martin and Joshua Boyle, they have already stated that Hell's Core is frozen over, and so that's essentially to Argent d'Nur and Frozen Hell, Hell's Core, essentially two areas already that we get to see in the first seconds of the map of the DLC trailer. Is that the Slayer? Okay, so this is the Slayer's new look, and I mean, let me know in the comments if you think that he looks like a buff Hugo Martin. A little bit. He does look like him. A little bit. I think so.
This place.
This looks pretty old school Doom, classic Doom stuff. The super shotgun seems to look a little bit different in this in this clip right now. That is interesting. Oh my god. So these environments are really looking amazing. I don't even know what that is supposed to be. It's like maybe it's something that the Slayer needs to get to, something that the Slayer needs to break. We shall see in the DLC. That looks like it could be a teleporter. And this is like, I mean, we see a bunch of shots of the Slayer, so this is probably happens after his face gets stomped on by the big guy. And so I'm assuming that he's either just going to grab this. The shield saw is not visible here. It seems to be broken. There it is. That is the shield saw. It is broken. And so the shield saw is going to take a break, and we will be getting this. It looks like your most stylish vape pen. I mean, Hugo and Joshua, if you can make like a dry herb vape pen that looks like this, God bless you. You are true legends. Anyway, I want to take this and want to see what this game is going to show us, what we can do with this, because I do think that this tool right here, this spear, so the Hell Spear or whatever it's called, is going to allow us to speed through this game. It's gonna change the mobility, is what I'm trying to say, because Doom Eternal was way faster and Dark Ages is a bit slower in pace, so I think this is going to change that dynamic, and I'm all here for it. Doom Eternal is one of the best freaking FPSs out there, so you know, the hype is real just because of this freaking spear. Let's see if we can see it in the So you get like an extension. It kind of like grows a little bit at the end. The buzzsaw is right here in front. He does have a... Could that be a saw? And that could be a shield. Maybe it's a weak point. Maybe, I think the head might be that weak point, but it looks pretty sick. There's our Pain Elemental. And this is back to Argent D'Nur, I would say. And there's our boy, the Archvile. The Archvile, of course, was introduced in Doom 2 in 1994. I mean, at this point, I always think that if there's no Archvile in your Doom game, there's something missing in your Doom game. So I'm really glad that Dark Ages gets Archvile, gets the Archvile enemy coming back, because I mean, there's nothing cooler than that freaking enemy. I mean, you want to dispose of this enemy real quick when you encounter it in the game, so that's what I would say. And we have a little bit of here in the next shot. We actually have two returning enemies. We have the Cyber Demon coming back from Dark Ages. From the Ancient Gods expansion, we get the Invisible Whiplash, which is quite interesting to see her coming back. And there we see the Revenant. Do we get an invisible Revenant enemy in this expansion? It kind of seems like it. Maybe he's just idle or something, and he becomes visible when he sees you. I'm not quite sure how that works. But the Revenant is back. We can't have a Doom game without our Revenant, so... And that's a new enemy right there. I mean, this is like... This is a brand new enemy. It could look... I mean, it does look like it could be a priest. And I don't care. I mean, I don't mind. Give me the priest and make it like a bigger enemy. The background with this kind of like skull-shaped door, is that a Slayer gate? It looks kind of familiar, but then again, it could look like, I mean, it does look a bit like something that you could see in a Doom 2 game. or something like that, like back in the background or at a door or as a door. So that's pretty cool. Really excited to see what the hell this is. That is the buzzsaw, and that is the bunch of older enemies like the imp. What else? We have the Arachnotron back here. We have the soldiers in the background with the shields, and some soldiers without the shields. So basically, these are like returning enemies, which is fair. They do bring quite the balance, I think. And it would be weird not to see an imp in the expansion. So we'll keep going now. And here we can see this spear in action. It is now glowing red. There's some killing going on here. Yeah, so the spear will essentially be taking over the buzzsaws. The shield saw, I'm sorry, the shield, buzzsaw, shield saw. The shield saw was able to destroy all of these soldiers with one tap, and it seems like the same will apply with the shield soldiers and the spear. So that is already an indication that some of the gameplay mechanics are staying. We can see the Arachnotron. Yeah, okay, that really did a lot of damage, that spear. And you can see the Mancubus is doing its standard attack, where it has like this, what is it, like a triangle, and one of the elements of his attack is green. So you want to press the parry button with the spear to get the same result as you would with the shield saw. Let's see it in action. Alright, okay, so it's not more like parrying, but you throw the spear towards the green target, which makes sense. And then when you've essentially parried or blocked the attack, you can go in and hit the Mancubus with a shotgun shot in the face. There we go, he's dead. There's the buzzsaw enemy appearing again. It seems like it's going to be like a bigger deal of an enemy, like maybe it's like one of those mini bosses. He looks quite intimidating. Really looks like a kind of like a combination of Doom and Quake enemies. So everyone who is missing the Quake franchise should actually get their Quake fix here, at least when we're talking about the Strogg type of enemies. And it seems like from what we just saw here, that was a so you can essentially dash again in this game. Now the dashing, we had dashing in Doom Eternal, but we did not have any dashing in Doom the Dark Ages. So it's interesting to see the dash return for the Revelations DLC. And there's the headshot. Is he dead? Oh, yeah, he's dead. Okay, so here we see another projectile. It's green. We're going to see the spear aim directly towards the green projectile. I'm pretty sure. Let's. Yeah. And the damage, of course, is a big deal. Love how the Mancubus sticks to the wall and probably dies that way. We're going to see another projectile coming towards the Slayer. Bam. Two pinkies. More dashing. And the Cyber Demon is being glory killed with the spear.
with the Slayer.
This, if anybody knows this, or if this just seems, this looks familiar. This was one of those art pieces that they would be giving out during the Doom Eternal hype before the game came out. They had like artwork that they would ship to fans in the Slayers Club, the fan club. I think I have something like this. I don't think it's the exact same art. I think it was something else, but it does really remind me of Doom Eternal, and this is King Novak. I think should be. I mean, and this is them probably dealing with the Argent Energy. There are the Khan makers, angels, because it is like they are gods essentially, and Urdak is a type of heaven. And there we see I think this was King Novak's daughter, wasn't it? And this is the realm. Is it the cosmic realm returning? And with it, we're also having Pain Cosmic Elemental. The Pain Elemental was last seen in Doom Eternal, so it was absent during the main campaign of Dark Ages. But certainly, this guy is going to come back and mix things up in the battlefield. So I don't know if this is going to lead to the Slayer wanting to like fix his shield saw, or is this like the end of the shield saw and we're never gonna see it again? Or this is up for debate, I guess. We don't know. I don't know. But still, interesting stuff. Oh yeah, so those are a bunch of old faces, or should I say old monsters. This is the I recognize this guy. Isn't this the gladiator? Or am I wrong? Looks like a gladiator. And then was that the buzzsaw? Yeah, and so there's the spear is gonna, there's a chain involved as well, so there's a lot of mobility. You can jump around. It's almost like flying, so this is pretty cool. The Cacodemon is back, and so is I think this was the Wraith. Yeah, so I like what they're showing here. You can kind of like latch on to the enemies, fly, shoot, and then the spear gets even the chance to get used for the finishing blow. Yeah. So you got like these green parts in the environment where there you go. This is like an indication. This is where you can latch on and jump and move around like you should in a Doom game. And that the bonus weapon and the DLC called in the Ancient Gods, was it the Sentinel Hammer? Because that was pretty awesome, and that movement kind of reminds me of that. So I'm glad that we're able to kind of get back into that fast-paced Doom Eternal rhythm. Now this is one of the coolest parts of the trailer. I don't know, it seems like we're gonna get some kind of flashback sequence where the Slayer relives some of the events of Doom 2. Maybe this is some type of bonus mode. Maybe this is something that gets unlocked with the with progression. So I'm really not sure. Either way, it does look like a flashback. It kind of does look like you're gonna have to do like a mission where you're reliving the demon outbreak, the OG demon outbreak, if you will. So that's really exciting, if not one of the most exciting things of the trailer. You know, it doesn't, sometimes when, you know, he gets his face stomped in by the big guy in the arena, in the Coliseum maybe, and maybe this is what happens next. Maybe you just kind of, like, he hits his head, and now he's kind of like going through a vision of the past of some sort, some memory.
The Slayer is alive, and we're going to find him.
Yeah, I mean, particularly this part where it just really looks like Earth during the invasion. They've just showed like 2 seconds of this, but I mean, just, this is gonna be so good. This is gonna be so good. This is the conclusion I can make from this, that it's gonna be good. And so who's this? Is this the OG Marauder, maybe? This is what some people are thinking online. I don't know what to think of it. It looks like he's a boss. Now, is he the final boss of the DLC? That remains to be seen. It does look like he's guarding the teleporter, or he's coming out of the teleporter or something. Maybe he's there to prevent the Slayer of doing something that he doesn't want him to do. So I'm not really sure. We're just gonna continue. There is like this, some kind of a dash attack that we're seeing here. He's glowing green, so you know what that means. Use the spear. I can't think of anything else what this could mean, but use the spear and hit him when he's glowing green is what I'm thinking. All right, so all of this sequence here implies that we are indeed. So Taggart, yeah, so he's gonna get his face smacked right here, and that's gonna lead to the flashback, is my opinion. That's what I think. And then the flashback shows him trying to reach his family. He's in Texas, right? And he's trying to save his family. And I think that's an exciting mission that we will be able to play. Right? It looks, I love the idea of seeing, you know, the first day of the invasion and seeing it through the eyes of the Slayer is just absolute badass. So I think we could see, you know, like a bunny plush burn in flames there in the last. Yeah, that's the bunny rabbit. I don't think it's the actual real rabbit, Daisy, but maybe in this type of flashback, maybe Daisy was a plushie, and maybe it has some kind of connection to his daughter. That's what I think. id Software is launching Doom: The Dark Ages Revelations this upcoming week, July 7th, and I will be streaming it on my channel. So don't miss it. It might be midnight on July 8th, and I'm sorry for that, but it releases in the evening, and I'm working in the evening, so I won't be able to start when it launches, or directly when it launches. But still, I'm so excited for this. Let me tell you another thing. Yeah, and someone's gonna help him with the upgrades, it seems. Alright guys, this was my deep dive into the trailer for Doom the Dark Ages Revelations. If you want to see me play the game, join me later this week when I will do just that. I would like to take a moment to thank all of my supporters. You guys are the best, and there are a bunch of you. So thank you so much. There's Nishant on Patreon, Claudia, Tim Commander, Johannes, Karina, F78K, Dizo, Marcus, and Elif. Thank you all so much for supporting the channel. This is an exciting time. There's one last thing I would like to mention about Doom the Dark Ages, and it's the fact that it seems like id Software is so proud and they're so excited in releasing this. I have not played the demo, so I can not comment on any of that. But considering that the main campaign was around 20 hours long, we are getting quite the fleshy expansion. It is said to be at least 12 hours long, but possibly it'll be around 15 hours for those who really like to find every collectible and every secret and all of that. So it seems like we have a beast launching this week, and it's probably one of the greatest DLCs that we will be seeing this year. So I am extremely excited. That being said, I'm also kind of like wondering, since they did say, right, you know, when they started the streams for Doom Eternal back in the day, and then they announced Doom the Dark Ages. Well, Hugo Martin said that he wanted to do more Dark Ages style games, but now Revelations turns out to be almost like a sequel. So that kind of leaves me thinking if they will actually keep making another title that goes in this style, or if they are ready to move on and try something new. So that's exciting, and I'm looking forward to whatever they come up with. I hope the next Doom game is 4 years away. We don't know, but that is kind of my input. What do you think, everyone? Let me know in the comments. Are you excited for this expansion? Will you wait for the reviews? Did you pre-order? And what do you think is going to happen with Doom the Dark Ages or the Doom franchise after Revelations is out? Because it always opens like now is like, we know what's coming here, but it depending on where the story goes, it'll be interesting to see where they can move on from here. And so this is a very exciting time for me anyway. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Please consider leaving a like and consider subscribing if you enjoyed this. And I shall see you guys very soon. Stay safe, everyone.